Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your main man, CD Rome, in effect. Watch Your Narrative podcast. We are live in the building. We are now on episode 3, guys. Episode 3, season 3. Season 3, episode 3. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for all of the support that you've given us since 2019. Once again, guys, we have a new home. It is on Spotify now. Thank you, Spotify, for having us. We also you can find us on Apple. You can also find us on Google Podcasts. We are also on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon, anywhere where you can find your podcasts and your music. We are now there. And we are also now on YouTube. All those the sites, Watch Your Narrative Podcast, Watch Your Narrative Podcast, or WYN Podcast. You can also go find us on Twitter at Narrative Watch, and also on IG, Watch Your Narrative Podcast. So go ahead and find us, like, subscribe, follow, and just continue to support us. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Once again, like I said before, my name is CD Rome. Today we got with us some heavy hitters. My main man, Ace Boogie with the hoodie. What's up, brother?
What's happening? What's happening, man? Glad to be back, man. I missed a great episode 2, man. So happy to return with episode 3.
Yeah. You know, you left us with a cliffhanger, episode 1. You got to tell us what that was about, man. You got to tell us what that was about.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah. So also, my main man, Jay Nell. What's up, Nell?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Happy to be back. Ready to get started, man.
Yeah, and also the new and improved Big Wavy 5 times. What's up, brother?
I had to get myself unmuted. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Wavy with the pink mic.
Is your mic pink?
Pink mic, baby.
Man, Pike. Oh,
yes, sir.
that's a confident man right there. That's a confident man right there, boy. That's a confident man right there with the pink mic. I see you, bro. So, hey, let's kick this episode off, man. So, today is July 4th, and we just seen some things transpired, of course. Last episode, or episode 1 rather, we kind of talked about Dame Time, Dame Dollar, Dame Lillard from Portland Trailblazers, and we kind of talked about him getting traded and whether that would happen or not. But he has officially asked to be traded. Officially asked to be traded. And then there were a few destinations that he did bring up. Of course, number 1 being Miami Heat, which I think now is exclusively, Miami Heat. But he also brought up the San Antonio Spurs, which really kind of threw me off. The Spurs, and there's a possibility that the 76ers could be in that mix as well, but also the Clippers. The Clippers were a name and a destination that did come up as well. So I want to talk with you guys about that, because we kind of talked about Dame and him possibly getting traded, but where would the best fit be? Where would the best fit be out of some of those teams that I named? And I'm going to actually start with somebody that I know this really means a lot to. Ace Boogie.
Yeah, man. Dame's my guy. So I don't think it's going to happen, but I think that I think the Milwaukee Bucks is where I would like to see him go. I know that he's not, or that was not one of the 4 teams that was listed, man, but feel like the Milwaukee can create a package around Drew Holiday, maybe a couple of their young pieces, maybe a couple of draft picks. I think something can happen, make the money work. I think that would be an awesome fit. But if we were to just talk about the 4 teams that were mentioned, of course, Miami would be it seems to be where he wants to go, man. But I would love to see him with the Clippers. Him and Paul George, I think, would be an awesome fit. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see. I just feel like Dame, he did what he can do in Portland, and I know that Wavy went on his tangent and about him not wanting to win. Well, maybe there has been an answer to that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I want to see him go to Milwaukee if that can happen.
Go ahead, Wavy.
In the words of the famous Jay Nebula, loyalty is overrated. Let me tell you something, man. Just because Dame wants to leave, he has no leverage in this situation. You're a 33-year-old guard with 4 years left on your deal. When you're done with your deal, you're going to be 37 years old. You're telling me that he's on the caliber of a Kevin Durant or a LeBron James where you will gut your team, because that's basically what the Portland Trailblazers want him to do, is to gut their team, the team he's been traded to, in order to pick up Dame. Honestly, if we're going to talk about fits, I would like to see him go to Miami, because I want to see Jimmy get one. Top 15 player, by the way. We'll talk about that a couple episodes.
Yeah,
definitely. Top 15.
Yeah.
I don't understand the San Antonio Spurs. Who they gonna give Wembanyama? Like who do you want? Who do you want off of the Spurs? Unless they're trading Greg Popovich to the Portland Trailblazers. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm predicting an epic fail, and I think he's gonna get shipped to Utah for more of the same.
I definitely want to respond to that after James.
I take that. Man. Yeah, man. So, out of these 4 teams, Miami Heat, Sixers, Jazz, Spurs, I'm with Wavy on that. Don't really understand the whole Spurs scenario at all. I don't think Dame's going to the Spurs. As far as the Sixers not willing to give up Tyrese Maxey for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think Dame's better than Tyrese Maxey, but for whatever reason. I don't think Dame's going to Utah. He has no interest in going to Utah. Of course, he has no say in the matter. And Jazz has a lot of, draft capital and interesting players they can give up, but I don't see Dame going to Utah. So really that just leaves Miami. Now, the thing about it is, for whatever reason, Blazers are like, we don't want Tyler Hero. So they're trying to facilitate a third team, and that third team might be the Nets. Well, the Nets are trying to offload Ben Simmons, and nobody wants Ben Simmons. So I don't think this is good. So I don't think this trade is going to happen quickly. I think it's going to take some time to find that third team to facilitate this deal, because everybody knows now that Damian Lillard wants to go to Miami Heat. And history has shown that when players say where they want to go, they usually go where they want to go. For example, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You think about Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
He wanted to go to the Suns. Where'd he go? He wanted to go to Brooklyn. Where did he go? So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And before wait, before you respond, the reason I had the hot take, because I want you to respond, I want to hear what you got to say. I really do. The reason I said the Utah Jazz, because the Utah Jazz have draft picks, they have young pieces. Bro, it's not going to be a terrible deal. They got Walker Kessler up there, who was in running for DPOY his first season. Auburn Tiger War Eagle, by the way. Yes, sir. He was in the DPOY running, Rookie of the Year running, his first season in the league. It's not a bad team. And I have seen, I've also, like James said, I've seen teams get to where they traded Kevin Durant where he wanted to go. But Kevin Durant had a good relationship with the Nets front office. I think Dame saying, the only team I want to go to is the Miami Heat, that rubbed the Blazers front office wrong, because they're saying we're looking beyond Miami to trade Dame. Because why would I send you where you want to go when you were talking all this loyalty stuff not even a month ago? But when they drafted old Scoot, now it's an issue. You know what I mean? So,
it wasn't the Blazers, or I'm sorry, it wasn't Dame that really broke the loyalty thing. It was the Blazers that did it, right? Okay, the Blazers missed the playoffs, right? He has no help So when
Anthony Simmons,
he has no help. Anthony, as a Blazers fan, Anthony
Jeremy Grant, they gave him all that money.
Grant.
They gave Jeremy Grant was about the
5
only
years,
decent
160
player. Hey, listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you all is like that. If you the roster that you were on currently did not make the playoffs, right? Then and you decide instead of using the only capital that you really have, which is a number 3 draft pick, instead of trying to flip that into some type of decent player to try to improve the roster, you drafted him. Now, Scoot Henderson, I think is going to be an amazing player. So I actually do. I think he's going to be very good. And I think the Blazers will be a very good young team. But when the Blazers made that draft pick, they told Dame right then and there that they're going for the youth movement, right? Dame had said before the draft, he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild. So what the Blazers did, they indirectly told him, listen, either you're going to stick around for the rebuild or we'll move you somewhere else. Now, to kind of go at what Wave and Neb were saying, we got to remember the Blazers are on the youth movement. They're not really looking for players per se. They're really looking for draft picks and money. Tyler Herro's a very good player, but from the reports that we've seen from Woj and whatnot, they don't want Tyler Herro because of the contract that he's on. The man's on like a 4 or 5 year, $120 or $150 million deal.
Overpaid.
I've said that as well. I don't think Tyler Herro's worth that money.
Is he in today's market? I mean, players getting money.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But this is what I was thinking when he was mentioning the Spurs. I think Dame really has a respect for Greg Popovich and the Spurs organization. Like, I don't think that he necessarily wants to go there, but I think that out of respect for that organization, I think that he is, he would give them an opportunity. Plus, when you look at possibly playing with a phenom in Victor Wembanyama, I don't know. I mean, I'm with y'all. I'm just as lost as you all with the Spurs thing. The only thing I think it was just out of respect for them, because when you look at the roster as we're seeing right now, the best player that they have on there is Greg Popovich. I mean,
on my mama, like,
I mean, he's the best thing.
I'm not trying to take away from your point. If I was an NBA player right now, a veteran NBA player, and I see a Wembanyama or somebody that's supposed to be the next generation, even though I hope we get to him this episode. Or did y'all? I don't know if y'all talked about him last episode. I haven't had a chance to listen to.
We talked about him a little bit in episode 2, but
we need to go into detail on this, but we'll talk about him later. I would personally want to play for Greg Popovich. I like systems. I like structures. I like knowing, okay, we got plays for everything. We call them plays. We got X's and O's. A lot of the NBA nowadays. A lot of the NBA. JP, what was the old coach of the Blazers that they just fired? Terry, what was his name?
Terry Stotts.
Scott.
But, that situation that got very stale, and that was a very high ISO heavy system.
But they do the same thing with Chauncey Billups. The way of the league right now, the teams that are not winning championships right now are these teams that play strictly ISO ball. This is why I'm on the edge with like my son's pick, but like if he goes to the San Antonio Spurs, which I think would be the second best fit after the Miami Heat, yes, he's going to be in a system. He's going to know what he's required to do. And I mean, they're gonna have to get another guy down there. They can't just,
bro. That roster is worse than what the Blazers got right now.
But listen, they are putting so much stock in this Wembanyama guy. I feel like within the next 2 years, he need to be an all-star and competing for, like, the way they talked about him. Is on par with how they talked about LeBron when he first came in the league. And guess what? In LeBron's second and third year, he was competing for MVPs and stuff, bro.
Yeah, but which I know I missed episode 2, man. But I don't have. I hate to say it, man. Wembanyama, what we see on the scouting report and what's actually going to happen in the NBA is going to be totally different. I think he's going to be a bust, honestly.
I mean, me too. Reason being, when he goes against a center that
he can't. He's too small. He's too. He can't guard the 5. But then he's too tall to be the 4. He can't.
Yes.
He's handling the ball against high school people. You know what I mean? Like these guys in the NBA ain't gonna hit him. But that's that's a whole other tangent. Yeah.
JP, you think?
But I'm sorry for what you were saying, though, Chris. Dame is totally worth a contending team getting rid of young of youth.
Yeah.
Yes,
you know, like let's not, you know, I mean, I felt like that you were leaning towards like he just ain't worth it. You know, because to me,
I agree.
Dame is actually in a better position than Kevin Durant was when Kevin Durant was going through his field, because Kevin Durant was coming off major injuries. Dame is not. Dame is still within his prime, and he had his best career year at the age of 33. So, you know, I mean, he definitely has, you know, he's going to be worth his weight in gold. Seriously,
we'll see. I'm gonna talk about that.
To touch on like what I think both of you guys were kind of talking about as far as I think someone mentioned. Oh, matter of fact, I think we were talking about how Dame was disloyal. But, you know, I want to go back to that real quick, because to me, at his age, Rob his age, you know, 32, 33-year-old player, 4-year contract, 4-year deal, the Blazers, he was very, very clear, very, 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 very transparent that I do not want to rebuild. True. And the Blazers had the number 3 pick. And if Scoot Henderson was going to be that number 3 pick, or even possibly Brandon Miller, there were a lot of teams, I guarantee you, a lot of teams that would have gave a lot of things for that number 3 pick. Blazers were not willing to do that. So when they made that pick and did not decide to draft it, that was them telling Dame, we're going in the rebuild direction, whether you like it or not. Either you're going to be this, or you're going to ask for it.
Which, in my opinion, is garbage. You don't do that.
Don't do what?
No, you don't. Look, bro, I'm betting it all on Dame Lillard and getting him somebody up there, even if it's a trade or whatever. I don't believe in these new guys. I don't believe in these new guys that are coming in. I don't see it. I don't see it, JP. With this particular class is coming in, I don't see it. I feel like they could have gave up that number 3 pick for Jaylen Brown, somebody that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. No, but see that. But even if they didn't get another all-star player, they could have brought in some very good role players to surround Dame.
But let's be honest. In the West, does that
West is stacked?
That's the problem.
I've seen Dame with less get to a Western Conference Finals by himself.
The West is in a different position than even here. At that moment, we knew it was Golden State, Houston, and the Clippers, and that was about it. You know, that was literally it. Those were like the front runners in the West, and we knew that everybody else was kind of a step down. But now we're talking about the Denver Nuggets, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, you know what, Dallas? I mean, Dallas is, you know, we'll see what happens.
Light the beam. Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, Sacramento is.
Let's not forget about Phoenix on the come up now.
But you know what though? Honestly, it ain't no cakewalk in the East either. This is like the best I've seen the NBA in a long time when it comes down to just like you really don't know who's coming.
Let me tell you what's gonna stop the Sacramento Kings, JP. That how much did they give Sabonis? That deal was not good. That is a terrible deal.
They had no choice.
He had
the Sacramento. It's the Kings.
Let me give you another hot take, baby. I would keep DeAndre Ayton from last year over Sabonis from this year. No. That dude was terrible in the playoffs. Mm-mm. He did not know what to do with that Warriors defense. You're the biggest guy on the court,
right?
And you don't know what to do. Like,
but guess what though? You can say the same thing about DeAndre Ayton in the playoffs. But when the playoffs started, though, I said going into the playoffs, if you're going to expose the Nuggets, you have to expose Jokic on the defensive end. Ayton has the ability to do it. That's what I'm saying. But Ayton has the ability to do it. Yes, he does. I feel like he does. And you got to think too. Where were the Kings before Sabonis got there? Sabonis gets there.
They was on the edge.
He deserved every bit of that. He deserved every bit of that. Because what you gonna do if you lose him?
Because you put up the numbers. Yeah.
So hold on.
Put up the numbers.
I'm sorry, guys. Let's pivot real quick. Because let me ask about this Dame thing here. because one team that was up on the graphic that we didn't discuss, and I want to throw this to James, the 76ers.
Right.
I mean, what type of package deal, could they do to get Damian Lillard, and how would that look as far as in the East with Dame going there, which I'm pretty sure that means maybe James Harden would be coming off the team. Like, what are your thoughts there?
I think that go ahead. I'm sorry, James.
Man, okay. All right. So from my understanding, what Brian Windhorst keeps saying, Wendy keeps saying, the Sixers could have already had Damian Lillard, but they don't want to give up Tyrese Maxey.
Why?
For whatever reason. You know, Tyrese Maxey's a nice player, but I don't see, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey. I don't see they acting like this man is Michael Jordan or young LeBron or something. I mean, come on now. But if they are willing to trade Tyrese Maxey, the deal gets done. From my understanding.
So here's the thing, and I don't think we really talk about this. I think Daryl Morey is probably one of the most overrated GMs in the NBA right now.
Overrated.
Thank you.
I mean, he has the ability to create some interesting teams, but he also like spends money or withholds players for like some odd reason. Now, I think the 76ers, the fan base, I think the organization would love to have Dame, but I don't think that the Blazers want any part of James Harden or any other player that they would try to get up off of him, because the Blazers are 100% into the youth movement. They don't want any old players on big money. So, I don't know, man. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I've told a group of our friends before, I would hate for Damian Lillard to hitch his wagon to Joel Embiid, because I just don't think it's going to work. I don't like Joel Embiid, what he does, how he runs out of gas in the playoffs. But I mean, it would be a better situation than what he's in right now in Portland. So I mean, I'll take it.
But because I think for going to Joel Embiid's, I think as far as the gas meter, if you get a player like Damian Lillard, now I'll be honest, like if it's me, James Harden for Dame, that's not even a even trade at all.
No, it's not.
So if I'm Portland, I don't want to do that. That's why I would want Tyrese. I would definitely want Tyrese
in picks.
But on the flip side, if I'm Philadelphia, I'll be completely honest, guys. I wouldn't trade Tyrese Maxey and James Harden for Damian Lillard.
Why not?
And the reason being is because if I'm doing that, I need to guarantee myself a championship, right? And I just don't know if I gut myself with Tyrese Maxey, because Tyrese Maxey, we're talking about a guy who can easily average 20 points, either in the starting lineup, off the bench, whatever role you want to put him in throughout the season. And he's a young player, young eggs. He's gonna play, 75 to 82 games. Because guess what? Joel Embiid ain't gonna play 82 games. So guess what? Damian Lillard, most at this age, probably won't play 82 games.
55.
And Tobias Harris is Tobias Harris.
Fair. And I'm kind of in agreement with that. I'm gonna go to JP's take about Daryl Morey. I think Daryl Morey is kind of caught up in those Kobe Jordan days where it was one guy who was out there getting buckets, and he feels like he can accomplish that with maybe Joel Embiid, and he can plug in a James Harden or a Jimmy Butler or a Dame Lillard or whoever, and it's going to work out. Because I don't understand why you won't create these teams either. First of all, he botched the Jimmy Butler situation. I believe if they keep that team together after that Eastern Conference Finals run, they make it to the finals that next season. I don't care what nobody says. I'm still on that.
But I don't think that was Daryl Morey that botched Jimmy Butler.
That was I don't know if he was there yet.
Yeah, I think that was that was honestly, I think after that whole situation happened, that's when Daryl Morey came in.
Okay. Well, I correct myself then on that. But I will say he's had the opportunity to do it in Houston when he was there. He overly loves James Harden. I don't agree with your take on I would trade both Maxey and Harden for Dame Lillard. I'm not. No, absolutely not. I mean, I've already seen a Warriors team trade away their insurance policy in Jordan Poole to keep Draymond and then bring in Mr. Second Round himself, Chris Paul. I mean,
he won't finish the season with the
I don't think so either. I think they're gonna flip him again. Honestly, not trying to be weird or anything. I just think he's gonna get flipped for another trade. But I don't know, bro. It's so like because even with the Nets, I didn't think KD was gonna make it to Phoenix. Like it's so hard to trade these type of players with these large contracts and they're aging veterans, and you're literally trading away your future. Because guess what? I don't think Phoenix has a first round pick for another 4 or 5 years, bro. Yeah, like KD, crazy. I'm giving KD maybe 4 or 5 more seasons, and then he gonna hang them up. So what do you do when it's all said and done? Like, well, you know, I don't believe in trading your insurance policies.
Well, with that being said, Wavy, and I'm gonna leave this on you right here. With an aging player, and if you're a GM, is Dame worth it? Is he worth it?
All right. I'm off of experience from my favorite player. No, absolutely not. I'm not trading away my future to get a 33-year-old, 34-year-old, 35-year-old. I don't even know if I would do it for a 32-year-old, honestly. I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns, and let me tell you, they Matt Ishba and what's his name? Jones. He used to play with LeBron in Cleveland and Miami. You know what I'm talking about. They have put a little bit of something together, but they had to literally scrape the pan and convince players to take veteran minimums everywhere. Like they don't have any money, and that's what happens when you take on large contracts such as the Dame Lillard or Kevin Durant. Not to mention, you know, I don't think anybody's had a bad injury situation as Chris Paul, but as these veterans get older, they start getting hurt. LeBron is now missing 20 games a season, some from rest, some from this same old nagging groin injury that he seems to get every year after the All-Star break, but we ain't gonna talk about that either. I just think I wouldn't do it. I don't think he's worth it. Now, if we're gonna give up a Tyler Hero and some future draft picks, do it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I think Tyler Hero is just a flash in the pan. I'm keeping it a butt with you. I think if he goes to any other team, he's maybe the 6th, 7th option. Like I don't. Yeah.
I don't know
bro.
about that.
Yeah, bro.
He's a starting 2 guard.
He's
a starting 2 guard.
That's a little too hot.
Anyway.
That's a little too hot. That's a little too hot, Wade.
Yeah, he's a starting 2 guard.
Okay, so if he's not playing good offense, is Tyler Hero guaranteed to play good defense? Who is he clamped up? Who is he locked up? Is he known for defense?
It's a lot of players in the NBA.
Yeah, but it's a lot of
players. No, right. But I'm talking about y'all making like he's a third or fourth, a third option, second option on the team.
Yeah, I would say he's
solid third.
Yeah, solid third option. Yes.
Some solid third options make the All-Star team. How many has he been considered for?
Not many.
Okay.
Not many solid third options make the. I mean, we've only got.
Well, the third options that my favorite players been playing with be on the All-Star team. So you know,
I mean, they win more games too. So
that's true. That's true.
Not about winning.
I'm trading Tyler Hero. I'm gonna try to get off that Duncan Robinson contract. I mean, I'm trying to get these folks up out of here, bro. Miami is another team that I see why they're willing to take on Dame because, and I'm not saying Dame's contract is bad.
They don't have anything.
That's what I'm saying. James, how is he going to get there?
I don't know.
They want them to mortgage their future on a 33-year-old, and now he cold. He cold. I'm gonna let you talk, JP. I know you want to respond. He cold. I get you. But name another other than Steph Curry and Isaiah Thomas and Kyrie Irving. Name another 6'3" or under guard up that has won championships, plural.
I mean, well, no. You need to rephrase that question because there's been plenty of 6'3" guards that's won championships.
I'm talking what that take on the low that these guys.
Yeah, Kyrie wasn't the best player, and Kyrie was playing with the best player. A difference.
But he took the shot when it counted.
I mean, Derek Fisher did too.
Let's cut out them then. Name other than the guys that we know have won championships that are all-time greats, like Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas. Name a miniature guard that takes on the load that they take on like a Dame Lillard that has won.
Yeah, but we're not asking him to do that.
Yes, you are.
He's got Jimmy though.
No.
Got Jimmy and Bam.
Thank you, Jay. That's what I mean. We're not. He's not going to Miami by himself. I mean,
he's got Jimmy and Bam.
Yeah, it's a reason why he wants to go to Miami.
About to be 36.
But to Wavy's point, I think what he's saying is that clearly, if Dame goes to that team, he's now the best player. And I love
number one guy.
Fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. But he's also playing with two other All-Stars that he's never had a chance to play.
So you believe in Adebayo all of a sudden? So you believe in Jimmy?
No. I have said this. We have talked about this in personal conversations. Outside of LaMarcus Aldridge, Dame has never played with another All-Star
player
ever.
Right.
Ever. So
don't nobody want to go
for him to go to a team with two people.
That's why he want to go to Miami.
Makes a difference.
And
now,
it does.
Can I please respond?
Yeah, well,
go ahead, bro.
CJ was an all-star caliber. But,
he ain't made an all-star team yet.
Jeremiah Grant got all-star money, so I count him as an all-star.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Here's the thing. And I feel like the reason why CD Rome has invited, the personalities of myself and James, Jane Nebula, is because we bring reason to this show. Because, man, if we're not here, Wavy just goes off. I mean, he just goes off.
No. I'm not. It's not. You're being emotional because it's your favorite player.
No. Listen,
Dame's worth it.
Listen,
you're being
Dame is
emotional.
worth it for a championship team.
Can you let me respond, Wavy?
This is disrespecting me.
No, I didn't. We got to bring you in, baby. We got to bring you in. Listen, so we got to look at the bigger picture, right? Teams like Miami, teams like the 76ers, right? These aren't bottom of the road, bottom of the standing teams, right? So these draft picks, if they keep them, they're not going to be worth much anyway, right? So you have an opportunity to get a top 75 player, right? Probably definitely a top 3 or 4 point guard in the NBA, right? Who just got done averaging over 30 points a game, 7 assists. Right, you have an opportunity to do that and add them to a playoff roster. By all means, he is worth that. You do that 9 times out of 10. You do that because the fact of the matter is, if you have a top tier talent in their 20s, you don't get the opportunity to even trade for them. They're not on the market. The players that are on the market are the all NBA players who are in their late 20s, early 30s, who are trying to find a way to make a run in the playoffs. You don't find the early 20-year-old talents because those are the ones that are on the max money, that are solidified in the middle of 4, 5, 6-year deals. So when you have a player like Damian Lillard, and the thing about it is, I honestly don't think that the Blazers are really asking much. I really don't think so. I think that what they're asking is for draft capital. I mean draft capital, of course, yes, but I don't think that they're going to get the haul that the Brooklyn Nets got for Kevin Durant. They're not going to get that. No. But I think that right now the Blazers already have a number 3 pick on the team and a number 7 pick on the team. Shaedon Sharpe is coming. I think Scoot Henderson is going to be a good player, a really good player. But Shaedon Sharpe, I think, is next. That guy is going to be so they got a good young core.
They ain't going to be able to grow if Dame is there, though. They got to move.
That's 100% agree. 100% agree. But I mean, dude, to ask if Dame is worth it, man, that's not even a question.
No,
that's not a question.
Absolutely not.
Well, if I'm a team that made it to the second round of the playoffs,
the playoff roster. If we're speaking on, and I'm talking strictly Miami because that's where he wants to go. That's where he said he put it out there. He wants to go in Miami, bro. That championship roster, JP. That we were discussing earlier, that playoff roster, that finals runner-up roster, half of it is gone now because that's what happens. Miami Heat is the last chance of the NBA. What happens is they get a bunch of guys that are dogs, and then what happens is the NBA comes and picks off their roster.
Okay, that's perfect. No, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
Max Strus to the Cleveland Cavs. That leaves you with Duncan Robinson, who is streaky.
So if you can get rid of Duncan Robinson, you're not trading Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero for
They don't want them. They've said it. They don't want nobody from that roster.
So they got to get that third team in there.
Yeah, that's fine with the third team.
But ultimately,
but
I do believe Dame is going to Miami. I don't care.
I would love it.
However,
JP,
I'm hoping and praying it's going to Milwaukee.
Listen, bro. I want Dame to go to Miami. Y'all don't understand the love I have for Jimmy Butler and how I want him to get a championship. If anybody in the league deserves a championship, it's Jimmy Butler. The man gives his all. And guess what?
No,
he hasn't played with very except for
he does.
He treats the regular season. Regular season, he does not care about the regular season.
Who cares? You just gotta get there at this point. They let 10 teams.
I'm just saying. I just can't respect it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does take time
because he don't go hard in the regular season. He's competing for championships.
Is he really competing for championships though?
Yeah,
I mean, is he really? Is he really?
Even in the last
I'm just saying
that team to the finals.
I mean, he was in the finals.
Jimmy's name.
He was in the finals.
He
was in the finals.
That statement competing for championship.
Really
like those are statements that you associate with like LeBron James.
No,
Steph Curry.
No,
listen,
Jimmy Butler is nowhere. It's not in that realm.
This is why me and James like players who have rings, and y'all like players who retire without them. Right there. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I could just hop and jump on somebody's train too if I wanted to.
I've been a Kevin Durant
that ain't no problem.
Since Texas.
that ain't no problem.
I've been a Kevin Durant
21 years. 21 years.
Texas.
I
was a huge LeBron James fan when he came in.
So hey guys, I hate to. The topic was great. The topic was great, but we got to move on. So
Damn ain't worth it.
Hey, we're gonna move on to a topic, man. This young man is, actually killing the league right now.
Literally.
No pun intended.
Oh no.
According to him, man.
But listen, I would say what I want to give Wavy the floor on this one too, because he predicted something that I want to let him have his moment. When we did our top 15 players a couple seasons ago, nobody here but him believed in Ja Morant. Who also is of course going to be suspended for the first 25 games. So tell me, have your moment, and then also tell me, is that you think that 25 game was the suspension, was that fair or not?
From my hometown of MEMPHIS, Ja Morant. Now, I go back and listen to that episode pretty regularly of JP and Said and a couple others spitting vitriol at me for saying that Ja Morant was number 15 in the league. This was about 2 years ago. This is was it during COVID or before COVID? I think it was
during COVID.
It was during COVID. So it's about 2-3 years ago when I spouted that I think Ja Morant is a top 15 player in the league. That following season, he showed us that he is a top 10 player in the NBA. MVP consideration. Literally, all-star, great player, has gotten his team to the finals. He went from play-in to actually making runs. Now, this past season, he had a little flaw. He got a terrible matchup with LeBron James and the Lakers. I think everybody in the world knew the Lakers was winning that matchup. I don't think anybody picked them to win. Plus, he got injured because he's kind of reckless, which brings me to my next subject. Thank you for letting me have my moment said. I've been waiting on that for a long time. I was right. Ja Morant, I want to talk to you personally. I'm not nowhere as rich as you. I probably never will be. I'm not nowhere as athletic as you. I know that for a fact. Now, back when I was 18, possibly. But now, no. Ja Morant, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? $200 million man, and you're constantly trying to be NBA young Ja 4K Trey, Ja Wick, showing guns in clubs. A lot of NBA players go to clubs. A lot of NBA players party. They live pretty wild lives, but they don't have cameras out. Why are you recording what you're doing? You have a lot of young kids that look up to you. A lot of young kids. I was playing basketball the other day, and there was a kid there who had a fake sleeve on with a Memphis Grizzlies number 12 jersey. And I'm talking about a tattoo sleeve. And he was not a African American child. So he has influence on children everywhere. He has influence on young teenagers everywhere that want to be just like him. I want to know, why do you want to put that in jeopardy, Ja? It makes no sense. You want to be a gangster in the NBA? Do you know what happens to gangsters in the NBA? Let's ask Allen Iverson. Let's ask Gilbert Arenas. Let's ask Latrell Sprewell. Different players who kept it real, and they realize what happens when keeping it real goes wrong. Like, we got to stop this, bro. Please get the help that you need. Listen to these old heads that are talking to you. I know the way they're saying it is not something that you would like. I've definitely been in your situation before where I've had to have old heads talk to me, but the way they're saying it may not be getting through your head, but look at the message. Forget the tone and look at the message. Like, you're a great player, bro. You're a basketball player. You're not a gang member from Memphis. Stop it. I'll let y'all have the floor.
So go ahead, Nip.
Ooh, that was well said, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's well said, man. So, in regards to the suspension, 25 games, I feel like that was fair. That was fair because this wasn't his first incident. You know, in March, he got caught on Instagram Live with the guns. Said he was sorry, apologized to Adam Silver, the whole nine. And then what does he do 2 months later? Back with the video again, showing off the gun. So, you know, again, Ja Morant's a great player. You know, we all know this. He's a great player, high flyer. Definitely the future, you know, of the league. A franchise type of player. But you gotta cut this nonsense out, man. I mean, if you're making over $200 million, right? Why do you want to play or mess around with guns? You know, there's no sense in it. Just hire some security and move on, man. You know, but again, I think the suspension was more than fair. 25 games. Hopefully, it's a wake up call for him. He missed out on some of that money, and hopefully, you know, he'll turn things around. Is what I'm hoping. You know, but 25 games is more than fair. I feel like, because honestly, the way that people were talking around the league, they thought it was going to be an entire season. Now, I don't agree with that one, but 25 games is fair.
Yep. What's your thoughts, Boogie?
So we're gonna just start off on the suspension part. Yeah, I do. I think the main points that Wave hit, and I agree also with James. Like, you know, he is a role model regardless of whether he wants to be or not. And then, you know, like, I mean, I don't understand the whole hustling backwards thing, man. You're really not from that lifestyle. And then once you get the money, you start hanging around people that are from that lifestyle. It's almost like you're trying to overcompensate. So, but with the 25 game suspension, yeah, I feel like that's fair because I mean he didn't break the law per se, but you know the NBA's got they've got an image to uphold, and they definitely don't need one of the more popular faces in the NBA to definitely be doing stuff like that. Now, this goes to Wavy and to CD-ROM. We are not going to declare Chris Wright that Ja Morant is a top 15 player. We're not going to do that because he's not a top 15 player. He is he is not a top 15 player.
How is he?
No.
What?
No.
Okay.
First of all, can we get a season where he plays, more than 60 games? I mean, we're just going to give it off to just, flashy dunks and flashy failed dunk attempts? Is that what we're doing?
He's a top 15 player. You're out of your mind.
He is. I want you to really think about who's in the NBA right now.
Him and Dame are the same player.
I want you to think about no. Let me tell you something. The only thing that Ja Morant has that sets him apart from anybody is his athleticism. That's it. That's it. That if
just like D Rose had.
No, hold on. No, hold on. No. But guess what? D Rose was a better defender than he was. D Rose was big. Yes. D Rose was.
I ain't never known D Rose to be no defender.
What?
And you said, hold on, whoa,
I have never known D Rose to be a defender.
Hold on, whoa,
Rose
Mario
was
Chalmers
definitely
is a better defender.
No,
hold on.
I will say this. I'm not saying he's a lockdown defender, but I remember
I'm not saying that either.
Derrick Rose,
Okay.
Players like Kyrie Irving. Derrick Rose was definitely a very solid defender that could stay in front of his man.
In front of his man. Thank
And
you.
Ja
Ja Morant is too little. He's too small. That's
he's
what
the same size as D-Rose.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
6'2", 6'3", big difference.
Yes, that is a big difference.
Similar in height.
And you also need to look at the weight too. Ja Morant's very slender. Derrick Rose is actually got a build to him. He's actually got a build to him. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Ja Morant and you know, I'm just saying Ja Morant is he first of all, he can't play a full season. Has yet to play a full season. Hasn't even cracked 70 games yet. Hasn't even cracked. I think he's only played more than 60 games. I think once or twice, right? And it was like 61 or 62 games. So like for us to just crown him all of a sudden like a top 15 player. Now he's very popular, but he's not a top 15 NBA player. I'm sorry. That's just
there are 14 guys better than Ja Morant.
Yep.
That's what you're saying.
Yep.
You're crazy.
Yep.
Yes, man. I'm reading
top 15 guard.
26.2 points per game, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and there's 14 other guys.
Yep.
Name them.
And I will say that.
No.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That was an all-time awful take from you, JP. That was an all-time awful take.
Who's
that? That's up there.
Nope. He's not.
So he's better. So wait. He's better than he's not better than Donovan Mitchell. Because I'm looking at this.
I would actually hold on. Listen, I would actually take Donovan Mitchell above Ja Morant, and the reason being is hold on. Listen. Listen. Ja Morant when he's went out.
Actually agree.
Ja Morant when he's went out, the team didn't miss a beat. The team literally did not miss a beat. And in some statistics, they were better when he was gone. So let's not get blinded by the highlight plays. Now, I think he's a wonderful talent. I think he's a top 10 guard in the NBA for sure, but not top 15 player. You got
11.
So there are 9 other guards that's better than him too?
No, I said he's a top 10. I said he's definitely a top 10 guard. Definitely a top 10 guard. But
so
top 15,
the 9 other guards is better.
Huh?
Name the 9 other guards is better.
No, I said he is a top 10 guard.
So as far as guards, where would you rank him then?
Yeah, guards. He's up there. I mean,
I'm talking about as far as guards.
Jimmy Butler.
I don't have. Yes.
Cap.
Yep.
Pepperoni and cheese. And I love Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
What? I want you to tell me the thing that he's spectacular at. Tell me what it is.
Getting
to the rim. Getting to the rim. That's literally the only thing that he does. He gets to the rim. He's not a great three-point shooter.
He one of them ones. He
does not have a jump shot. You can't be a top 15 player in the NBA and you don't have a jump shot.
He's young. He's 23, and he can develop that jump shot.
Okay, when he develops it, James, he'll be a top 15 player in the NBA.
No, but we're not going to do this because y'all. We say the same thing about Giannis, and y'all be like, "Oh, Giannis don't need a jump shot. Giannis don't need a jump shot."
Giannis defends. Giannis defends, Giannis playmakes, Giannis finishes.
What's he done?
Ja Morant does one thing great: get to the ring,
and he's probably the best at it.
Okay, that's fine, but that don't make him a top 15 player in the NBA.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
In my opinion,
no, it don't.
Score, man. He leads that Memphis team. You take him off
I
that
tell
team,
you what,
they're not good.
The beginning of episode 4, I will have a list if I'm allowed time to create a list, and I will run it down at the very beginning. He's not a top 15 player.
I can't wait to see these top 15s.
Well, how about this?
I can't wait to see these lists.
How about episode 4? We bring back going into next season all of our top.
This dude is tweaking, bro.
I'm about to hurt y'all feelings, man.
So
y'all are blinded. You're blinded by the vertical. You're blinded by I look at basketball.
Hold on, guys.
I'm watching a basketball player.
Hold on, guys. Hey, don't make me go Molly on you. Hold on now. So
don't do that. Nobody likes her.
Nobody likes her. Please, thank you.
No, I'm one that likes Molly Quorum. So anyway, but
I'm telling.
What we'll actually do is this, guys. For the people who do know, we did have Watch Your Narrative did do a top 15 list recently on in season 2. And in that as Big Wavy brought out, yes, he did have Ja Morant, which all of us were kind of like, what are we doing? I also had Jimmy Butler in my top 15. Everybody else was kind of like, what are we doing? So everybody else eat crow on that too. But but we're gonna do that again. So look forward to next episode. Watch Your Narrative Nation, because what we'll do is we'll come up with the top 15 list. And we'll break that down. So just look forward to that. So I think a good takeaway, especially when we're talking about our polls, we still have certain polls up, guys. One of those polls being, who would you choose in their prime, Tracy McGrady or Jimmy Butler? We have that poll up. We'll also have a poll at the end of this episode as well. One of those polls will be Damian Lillard. Is he worth it? We'll also have another poll up, Ja Morant. Is he a top 15 player or not? Yes or no? So we're going to leave it to you. We're going to leave it to Watch Narrative Nation. Give us your thoughts. So once again, as I mentioned before, our new home is Spotify. So go to Spotify, go find us, and Watch Your Narrative podcast. You'll be able to find us there. You'll also be able to go to the website and view the polls as well on our Anchor website. Also, we are on YouTube as well. And then we'll have a lot of those sites posted that you can go to. You can also find us on IG, and where you can actually join the conversation with us as well. Tell us who's right, tell us who's wrong. Last episode, Big Wavy said that he felt like he crushed the competition. So tell him if he's wrong or not. Tell him.
No, I was personally told by a few people that me and James had the best takes on that episode. So
So once again,
I don't
guys,
think anybody's gonna agree with that.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
That is
once
awful.
again, guys, we appreciate you guys listening to us. Go like, subscribe, share, and listen. Thank you guys so much. Watch Your Narrative out.
Peace.
Peace.